Buenos días. Es el viernes y son las 12. Hello, everyone. It's Friday and it's 12 o'clock, so it's time for Community Spanish. I'm broadcasting every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 12, live on Facebook. And as I had mentioned, I just wanted to give one of my reminders for today is that the Community Spanish schedule will be changing a little bit as of next week going forward. So instead of Monday, Wednesday, Friday from the start of December and going on, then we will be doing just Wednesday and Friday at 12. So they're losing the Monday session, but there's still a lot of other great content to watch on that first half of the week between the Community Mandarin and Community French, and in addition to Children's French. So there's still a lot going on there. And you can also catch a live lessons for Portuguese on our Instagram. So that's also happening on our Instagram channel in addition to Facebook Live. One more reminder before we get into today's topic, and that is that there are still a few classes for December that are accepting new students. So if you're looking to get into a December class, it's not too late. You're welcome to check out either on our Facebook or also there's a pop-up on our website so you can see what classes are coming up in the next week or so that are still accepting new students. So if one of those is of interest to you, you can still hop in there at kind of last minute to get those classes. But otherwise, the January schedule will be posted over the next few days. So then the upcoming class schedule for our first classes in 2021 will be available in the next few days. So keep an eye out for that as well. So without further ado, let's get into today's Community Spanish lesson. We're going to be continuing in our Repaso series and even continuing it very specifically in a Repaso of Presente Progresivo or present progressive, talking about these are essentially the verbs that it would be ing verbs in English, like I am doing, you are running, he is reading. So we're practicing with those in Spanish. And as I said, this is part of our review or Repaso series. So I've been making these videos going live on Facebook now for several months, and so I've covered a lot of different topics. So what I've been doing in the most recent weeks is to kind of go back and revisit some of the things that we've done to make sure that we've internalized all this information, we're able to use it well, and really put our skills to the test. And especially, we've been doing a lot of translation exercises together, and that's really, I think, one of the best stress tests, so to speak, of your Spanish skills is if you can put together the grammar, the vocabulary, of all those elements, and also thinking about how you're going to express something in the other language. Because sometimes it's not, of course, it's not just a word for word translation, and sometimes you have to make more decisions and kind of really immerse your brain in the structure of the other language to be able to translate something correctly. So that's the kind of exercises that we've been working on of late, and so we're going to be continuing today to look at specifically Presente Progresivo with AR verbs and doing some example translations together. As I go through the exercise, of course, I'd like you to participate as much as you want to. So por favor, escribe tus respuestas en los comentarios abajo. So please feel free to, whether you're watching this on Facebook or watching it on YouTube, you can enter your own answers in the comments below, and I can see how things are going for you, if these are making sense, if you're getting the hang of it, and what kind of things we need to practice more. So even though I'm going to be walking you through to guide you and give the answers to the exercises, I want you to also participate with me as much as possible. And so if you're watching this live, you're welcome to write in the comments below. And if you're watching this after it's already been recorded, you're also welcome to see the question, stop the video, see if you can get the answer yourself before I get to the answer. So there's still lots of ways to interact with these videos, even though you're not physically here with me. Okay, so let's get to it. Starting with número uno. So again, we're translating these sentences from English to Spanish, and we do have a box up top to help us, to give us the different parts of what we're going to need to make these sentences. So it's really about practicing how to put these things together in the right order, and that's also important for your language learning skills, to learn what piece goes where. And that way, once you start learning the structure and really practicing it a lot, it makes it easy for you to use it when you want to make your own sentences. Because once you know that the way things can go together, your brain can just be like, whoosh, 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 and then you have your sentence and you didn't really have to think about it. So that's really what we're aiming to do, is help you learn that so that it becomes second nature. Okay, so starting with número uno, he is washing the clothing. He is washing the clothing. So we have for he, starting with él, and again, since this is review, I'm going to be going through with some assumption that you're familiar with some of these concepts. But if you do need to go back and review something, like because you either never learned it before, or you're feeling like really, really rusty, you're welcome to go check out on our website, on RolaLanguages.com. There's a Facebook Live page of our website where you can find uploads of all the videos we've done before. So you can, if you need to kind of see the original video, to check it out and make sure you're feeling comfortable before you come back to this review video, those resources are all there for you on our website. So, but again, I'm going to proceed ahead here, assuming that you do know some of these things, so we can just motor along and put all of our skills together. So starting with he is, we're going to start with the person él, and then the form that we're working with here for our presente progresivo, which again, just to give you a quick review, we're using a form of estar, and that will change based on which person it goes with. So we can see based in our chart. So if it's yo, we're going to have estoy go with yo, if it's tú, estás goes with tú, and el y usted is going to use está. And then the second part that we need to put, which in this one doesn't change, you can see it's all the same for all the people, is the present participle, or this is the word that would be the ing in English, like reading, smiling, singing. And then for in Spanish, that's going to be either an ando ending if it's an AR verb, or an iendo ending if it's an ERIR verb. And we are going to get into some more practice with the ERIRs, but for right now, we're just focusing on ARs. So putting those two things together, our conjugation of estar plus our presente progresivo, our participio progresivo with the verb ending in ando, we have él está lavando, and then we need the clothing, our little bit of vocab at the end, which we can see from our chart here is la ropa for clothing. So keep in mind that la ropa is always singular, so we don't say las ropas, okay? Even if you were talking about multiple items of clothing, then you can use another word, which is prendas. Prendas are like items of clothing, and that we can put an S on. But otherwise, clothing in general is always singular. Just like in English, we don't say the clothings, right? We just say the clothing. So, la ropa. Muy bien. Número dos. You all are washing your hands. So you all, meaning ustedes. Again, if it was you all in Spain, which we can see later, that would be vosotros. But here's just you all in all the other countries. So we're using ustedes. And then we can see the form going with ustedes is going to be están lavando. Since the form of estar that goes with ustedes is están. So ustedes están lavando. And then we need your hands. So in this case, with this your, again, for the you all, we're going to use sus, as we can see from the chart here. And I know the chart says their hands, but that's because sus can also be translated as their. So that's when we say, when we use it with ellos, it's their. But when we use it with ustedes, it's you all, like you alls, you are, your, but for a group of people, you all. Ustedes están lavando sus manos. Ustedes están lavando sus manos. And feel free as we go through these to say the answers out loud. These will help you not only to work on your pronunciation, but also help you to remember the information. We know that the more we read something, the more we write something, the more we say something, the more likely we are to remember it. So that's why we should repeat the answers out loud. Okay, número tres, we are not washing the car. Here's our first negative. So we have nosotros for the we, and then negative, so we have to remember to put that no in front of the verb. So nosotros no estamos lavando the car, which we can see from our vocab here is el coche. So nosotros no estamos lavando el coche. We are not washing the car. Nosotros no estamos lavando el coche. Okay, número cuatro. I am washing the dishes. So we're going to the yo form. Yo estoy lavando. And then the dishes from our chart here is los platos. And it is literally the plates. So we can use it to mean dishes, or we can also use it to mean, for example, like a dish as in a specific recipe, right? So like this is my favorite dish, as in this is the food I most enjoy eating would also be plato. So here, I am washing the dishes. Yo estoy lavando los platos. Número 5, getting halfway through. You all in Spain, so here's where vosotros is going to come in. You all in Spain are not washing my hair. Okay, so vosotros, again, for the you all in Spain, so we have spoken about in many previous videos. The you all in all other countries outside of Spain is ustedes, but if we're using you all inside Spain, it's specific and they use vosotros. So vosotros no estáis, right, because it's a negative, you are not washing my hair. Vosotros no estáis lavando, and my hair, we can see from our vocab chart, is mi pelo. So vosotros no estáis lavando mi pelo. Vosotros no estáis lavando mi pelo. Okay, now to scroll down a little bit so we can see the last 5 here. Número 6, you are washing the car. You are washing the car. tú estás lavando el coche. This is where we have to really put our memories to the test. Now that I've scrolled the page down and you can't see the chart above, you really have to rely on your memory here. So, tú estás lavando el coche. Tú estás lavando el coche. Número 7. They are washing my hair. They are washing my hair. They, so we're going to use ellos or ellas if you want to use ellas. Ellos, and then the form is están, as we practice with ustedes, because ellos, ellas, and ustedes all share the same form. So, ellos están lavando my hair, mi pelo. Ellos están lavando mi pelo. Ellos están lavando mi pelo. Número 8. I am not washing the clothing. I am not washing the clothing. So here's our negative. Yo no estoy. And as always, we can leave off the yo if we choose. We can just say no estoy. So the yo is certainly not necessary because we have the word estoy. That will tell us that we must be speaking about yo because there's no other person that can use the conjugation estoy. So because of this, it makes saying yo kind of redundant, like or it's unnecessary. It's not wrong to have it, but it's just unnecessary because we can tell just from this verb estoy that it must be referring to yo. So we don't need to say yo out loud. But just for the sake of having a complete sentence, I'm going to continue to include it. So yo no estoy lavando. And then the clothing, as we remember, is la ropa. So yo no estoy lavando la ropa. Yo no estoy lavando la ropa. Okay, dos más, 2 more to go. Número 9. She is washing the floor. She is washing the floor. Ella está lavando. Same conjugation as usted and él está lavando, and then the floor. And this is the first time we're using the word the floor, so I'm going to actually scroll up to see this just to check. And it is indeed el piso for the floor. And that's el piso is the floor, like as in the floor surface, but it also refers to like the different floors of a building, as in like I live on the first floor, the second floor, the third floor. Those would also be used. The word piso would also be used to describe that too. So ella está lavando el piso. Ella está lavando el piso. All right, last one. Número 10. You formal are not washing your hands. So here's where we're going to be our first use of usted to say you in a polite, respectful way. So usted, and it's a negative, so we need that no in front of the verb. Usted no está lavando. And then we have to make a decision. How do we say your hands in Spanish and with usted? So in this case, we're actually going to be using sus manos again. So we've had a lot of different translations for sus manos here because we had sus manos in the chart as their hands. We had sus manos as in your hands for you all with ustedes. And now we're adding another use of sus manos here with usted to say your as in one person, but we're being polite and respectful by using usted. So we're also going to use sus manos for this one as well. Usted no está lavando sus manos. Usted no está lavando sus manos. Okay, excelente trabajo. Hopefully these sentences are getting easier and easier as we did a similar exercise in our last video. But if you'd like to get more practice, feel free, as I said, to go to our website on rolalanguages.com and the Facebook Live page of our website, and you can find all the previous videos we've done, including some extra worksheets that I've made actually for many of the videos. So if you'd like to get a bit more practice with the concept of the present progressive and working on more translations, there's a lot more content for you up on our website. So feel free to check that out. And then, so I will see you next with a new schedule starting next week. Means I will not see you on Monday, but I will see you next on Wednesday, on miércoles a las 12. Gracias y adiós.